Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjeweler.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone. I hope you can see me and you can hear me. Please let me know in a comment. I really hope that the technical aspect is alright, and it seems to be alright. So, welcome ladies! Wonderful, wonderful. Donna says that she can hear me and she can see me. I am very, very happy. I see Corinna here, and Sue, and Anita, and Eleanor, and Marielle, and Maria, and Erika, and Angelica, and Christine, Eleanor, Annelien, Tanya, Joanna. Yeah, Bernie made it to Amsterdam. He likes it here. So, again, I am broadcasting at the same time for the Storytelling Beading Club and also for the Facebook page. So in case that you are watching from the Storytelling Beading Club, then I would like to ask you, I just posted a link, and if you haven't done it yet, then please click on the link and please enable my broadcasting program to see your name, because then I can greet you by your name. I can say, hello, Belinda, and hello, Aniko, and Teresa. Teresa says, hi all, long time not being here, just finished up physical therapy and I am looking forward to listening. I am still unable to use my arm, but can finally join you again. Teresa, it's so nice to have you here again, and I hope that your arm is healing well, and in a week or two or very soon, you will be able to join us too. Other Teresa is here also, and Petra and Kata is here, and Lutka and Sarah and Mektab and a third Erika and another Donna and Liv. And Niti is here, and Helena is here, and Mary Ellen is here from New Hampshire. Wonderful. So, today we are going to work on the Codex BROOCH. At least most of us, I think. Some of the ladies, I want to say that I really appreciate it that you join us, even if you bead something else, or even if you don't bead at all. Sarah is, for example, cleaning her beading room at the moment. When you are finished, you can come over, Sarah. I'm happy to have you anytime. Petra is also only watching, and she will be beading tomorrow. And Lutka only checks in and she will watch the recording tomorrow. And Janet and Virginia is here. So, welcome ladies. Very nice to have such a big company all together, nearly 70 beaders. Petra, Sue, and Deb just joined us also. So, for today, I prepared for you the Codex BROOCH. And usually using a filigree component is optional. However, today I really recommend it for you that you back your motif with something, because I have to say that this is a little bit tricky to get completely flat. Or you can, of course, just eat more chocolate and sit on it if it doesn't work out. But yeah, I highly recommend using a filigree. And yeah, the printable file, it's already online. I'm going to It's at the usual place at the storytellingtruevaler.com / no one has to bead alone / I am posting the link. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, then you can do it now, and you can either print the tutorial to make it easier for you to follow the instructions and of course to archive it for later. Or it's also a good idea to open the tutorial on a second screen, for example, on your tablet, and then you can enlarge the pictures as you need. And as always, you can make your choice. You can either download the tutorial for free, or you can support the broadcast with €5. And I see in the meanwhile, Niti says, I don't think that I would get into that kind of trouble. I'm still sick and get super dizzy if I look down. So annoying. Have you seen what I got lately? Niti got a big, big, big package of beads. And she's, for the moment, just looking at them. Niti, I really hope that you get well soon, because all those beauties waiting for you. But, you know, beads are also just good company. Sometimes it is enough to just pet them and sort them and look at them and plan projects for them. And yeah, I hope that you will get well soon. So Niti was one of those beaders who got their storytelling advent calendar packages this week. All of the packages are traveling now. And some of you actually asked this week that what is the storytelling advent calendar? So it was like a super nice, I think it was really a nice event going on all through December. So those of you who joined the advent calendar adventure, every day there was a little surprise. Well, usually not so little, actually. There was always a surprise. So every day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, one window was opening, and either there was a very significant discount code for one specific product category at the storytelling eShop, or there was a little surprise like a tutorial, or once even a package that the ladies from the warehouse put together for you. And yeah, the packages are traveling now, and many beaders have already received them and showing pictures of all the beads and components they selected. And if I know well, then there are like several of them suggesting that there should be a Beaders Anonymous support group in case someone needs company processing all these feelings. And yeah, when you look at it when we look at it, all the orders together, not day by day, then yeah, sometimes it was a surprise that how many did you actually receive, how many beads. And Tanya says, I started beading the motif before the broadcast. I am at the step, but now too dark to bead, so I will watch for now and bead the last step tomorrow. So only the last step is left, Tanya. That's very well done. And Lisa joined us, and Nancy. And Tanya says, there are no correct words to describe the great feeling of the Advent. Tanya, I am so happy that you liked it. It's such a good feeling, you know, seeing you ladies being happy with what you receive. And you wrote that it feels like birthday and Christmas and New Year and all kinds of celebrations together. And it feels super nice to be part of your happiness. And I can promise that there will be an advent calendar next year too. Frida also enjoyed the content of her parcel when it arrived a few days ago. And Joanna says, I hope we were able to make your inventory counting easier. You helped us, but I have to say that we still have lots and lots of work to do. And if you like surprises, we actually have another box for you, my special offer. And I have to mention this before we start beading because I think it is an amazing deal. So we are in the process, of course, of switching to PRECIOSA crystals. It was actually already my plan for 2021 to really widen the selection what we have. I am ordering beads for the storytelling e-shop from PRECIOSA for years now, and I was always super happy. But now we will really intensify widening the selection. And until midnight Sunday evening, my time, Amsterdam time, you can pre-order a special PRECIOSA crystal box, and it will contain all kinds of basic bead shapes and finishes and sizes and also cabochons, so you can have also a good starting point on your PRECIOSA adventure. And also, of course, you can check out how are they. So, for example, we will have, I have to check it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packages of bicone beads, for example, included in it. So you can check out the different sizes and finishes. We will include basic colors and coated colors and AB colors and icicle colors. Those are my favorites. Those look like little ice, pieces of ice. So there will be nearly 300 pieces of crystals and pearls included in the box for 49 euros. So I can only recommend it. I have just posted the link to the comment field if you don't have it yet. Many of you have it already. Some of you are ordering all boxes, and there were even orders where there were like more pieces of the same color combination included. So there is like an elegant box with some basic colors, and the romantic box with purples and pinks, a fire box with yellows and reds and golden tones, and an ocean box with turquoise, of course. So this is what's waiting for you. For 2 more days it's available. We are going to start the process then on Monday, placing the big order from PRECIOSA on Monday based on your pre-orders, and then putting the boxes together as soon as possible. So I'm really happy that you like the idea. And now let's finally start beading, shall we? So I will hide now this picture. Someone is asking, I am confused. Are there more crystal boxes? You can choose the color of your crystal box. So there are 4 to choose from. So when you place the order, then you need to select the color, what you would like to get. So yeah, there are 4 possibilities. And if you have any questions about the crystal boxes, then let me know, please. I am trying to keep an eye on the comments to make sure that I answer all questions. So I don't see see any more questions now. So let's start beading. So we are going to bead the Codex, as I said, and I have made it in this Pantone 2021 color combination of yellow and gray. And actually, if you, after the broadcast, strictly after the broadcast, or even better tomorrow, navigate to the webpage and to the blog, then you will find a new article written by Susie, where she put together some of the best, most beautiful jewels beaded this year in this new color combination. So it's a great article to get some inspiration from. We also posted a whole big album of the PRECIOSA 2021 color combination jewels to the Facebook page. I think there are more than 40 jewels there at the moment. And it is very, very inspiring to see how you used this color combination from all different kinds of designs. So that's also something nice to do over the weekend. And I beaded this originally in the Pantone, but today I am going for turquoise and a bit of gold and bronze and silver tones. And let's do a quick material check to see if we have everything. And so, if you bead only one motif for a brooch or a pendant, then this is what you will need. You will need one piece of 4mm sew-on rhinestone, or SS16. Then you will need 4 pieces of GEMDUO beads. You will need 8 pieces of MIYUKI half TILA beads, or actually, Katalin Katadutas had an idea some time ago that if you don't have half TILAs, or if you don't have half TILAs in the color that you like, then you can use 2 quarter TILAs in place of 1 half TILA. And I really like I really like Kata's solution for this. You will also need some MIYUKI DELICA 11s. I used 2 colors. If you look closer, then you can see that between the GEMDUO beads, halfway between the second holes of the GEMDUOs, there is a little V-shaped part where the MIYUKI DELICAs are of a different color. And if you really want to make the colors pop, then it is a good idea to use an accent color for this part. But it's up to you. It can be like a color which is like nearly in the same shade as the first color, or you can use for the whole motif the same color of DELICA beads too. You will also need some round 11 MIYUKI beads and round 15 DELICA beads. There are also some 3mm fire polished beads on the edge. And as I'm told at the beginning, I highly recommend to use a filigree for this one. And this is the one I have used. This is a BROOCH filigree. So it comes with the BROOCH pin directly attached to the back of the filigree. And then I attached the motif to the filigree with a couple of stitches, but you can also just glue it on with some E6000 or other strong glue. It's up to you. You can also use like simple filigree and then hang it as an earring or a pendant, or go for this brooch variation. I really like it. And Susie says about the boxes, it was extremely difficult to pick only a few. Virginia also got some. And Susie posted the link for us. Thank you so much. Teresa, these are earrings which are not available at the moment as a tutorial because I don't have the necessary beads for them. So I hope that we will get them in the future and then I can release the tutorial. And Anne is asking for the filigree. The filigree is 31 millimeters wide. I am just posting the link for you. So yeah, in order to not cover the filigree completely with the motif, you need something what is at least 3 centimeters wide. I think it would also look pretty if the filigree is quite a lot bigger and there is a lot of metal around the component, but it's completely up to you. And let's start. So, as always, I am working with 0.12 or 4LP FIRELINE. And a thin beading needle. I always use like about a wingspan of thread. And if my thread is gone, then I like to just add more, even if it's only a bit, a little difference. I don't like to work with a longer thread. And Donna is asking if this could be done without the filigree. Yes, but it is easy to not get it completely flat. So yeah, there is a risk that it won't be completely flat. So I recommend to use a filigree, but you will see at the end that if it is necessary or it's not necessary. And let's start beading. So I will start by picking up a GEMDUO bead, then a combination of round 15, MIYUKI DELICA 11, and another round 15. And I need to pick up this combination 4 times. By the way, ladies, how do you find it? Is it maybe better how you see my hands? Because I actually decided to switch my 2 webcams. I thought that that the image is clearer this way. So I am curious that if you see it like that on the receiving end too, or maybe I am mistaken. It's like I started to do broadcasts actually exactly a year ago. I looked back when I was looking back that what happened during the last year. Then I found that the first broadcast I did was on the 28th of January. So it's nearly exactly a year ago. We should celebrate with something, maybe with some cake. It's good for flattening. And yeah, it is such a long process. It's like I have a feeling that there was progress. There was actually, I am happy there was big progress, but it can always be better and better and better. And it is like constant experimenting and playing with lights and settings and programs and webcams. And oh wow, and you say that it is better. Virginia says that it's brighter and maybe even larger. I don't see your name, but you say that it is better. Sue also likes it, and Petra too. Wonderful, wonderful. I am so happy, ladies. I really wanted to like make it better somehow so you see it clear that what am I doing. So I'm super happy. A year after the first broadcast, finally. So, and in step 2, okay, let's get back to step 1. So I picked up this combination 4 times, and then I went through the same hole of the GEMDUO bead one more time and continued through the first number 15 and DELICA 11 that I picked up. And this way I joined all the beads into a circle. I stopped just after a MIYUKI DELICA 11. And then I picked up, this is how step 2 starts, that I pick up a new MIYUKI DELICA 11 and I bead one more time through the MIYUKI DELICA that I am exiting. And then I continue through a number 15, first hole of GEMDUO, number 15, and the next MIYUKI DELICA exactly in between 2 GEMDUO beads. And there I am going to attach another MIYUKI DELICA, just like I did at the beginning of this step. So this is how I will attach 4 DELICA beads all around, one by one, always to the DELICA bead to the DELICA bead. Tanya says it's very sharp. Corina likes it. Hello, Corina. Belinda says it's better. And Cheryl says, I'm rubbish at spotting differences, but it looks much better even to me. Oh my God. Joanna also likes it. This is wonderful. I was already like thinking that, oh, I will have to buy a new webcam because this is not good enough. I want it to be better, but I'm so happy that such a little trick made it better for you that I switched the webcams. And Susie has some nice ideas. Susie always has some nice ideas. She's looking for more filigree bases that would probably look good with this motif. I'm curious. Susie, are you beading a brooch again, by the way? Susie is, someone said master of brooch. I think Joanna said master of brooches. And then switched to Susie's queen of brooches. So after I attached the last DELICA bead, the last new DELICA bead, then of course again I beaded through the original DELICA bead I did in step 1, and then I continued through number 15, GEMDUO, number 15, and again the DELICA bead. So this is how step 2 finishes. And let's go to step 3. Do you have any questions about this part maybe? How is it going? And Susie says, master of puppets, Yoda. And it was Annalene. And Tanya says, I am using also a different filigree. In fact, the one I have got as a gift in the Advent. I'm curious, Tanya. So, in step 3, I start by turning to the opposite direction. So my thread is hanging from the DELICA bead that I added right away in step 1, but now I am turning to the opposite direction by beading through the DELICA bead that I attached to this one in step 2. And now I pick up 2 DELICA beads, a half TILA, And then I bead through the open hole of the GEMDUO. And then I pick up a half TILA and 2 MIYUKI DELICAs, and then I bead through this next DELICA bead added in step 2. So I get into the same position as I was at the beginning of this step. And this is how I will bead all around, that I repeat these steps 3 more times, picking up 2 DELICA beads and a half TILA. I bead through the open hole of GEMDUO, and then I pick up half TILA and 2 DELICA beads, and I bead through the extra DELICA bead between the GEMDUOs. Chantal is also here. Welcome, Chantal, 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿. And Susie says, I am finishing bezels of new PRECIOSA crystals I got today. But yes, I will make a brooch, and if the motif will be sturdy enough, I will make a pair of earrings. I'm curious. And ladies, what are you beading? I'm curious if you are working on brooches or something else. And please keep me updated that how is it going. Chantal says she's good. You know, it feels so good to read and speak a little bit of Dutch. Actually, with 𝐌𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐻, we were also writing a little bit in Dutch a couple of days ago. Because, you know, this was a very unexpected, well, logical, but unexpected effect of lockdown and staying at home, that I am forgetting what I have learned from Dutch. I've worked so hard and went to language school for a very long time. I didn't have a social life that time. 3 evenings from the week and lots of homework. And now I'm forgetting it. It's such a shame. I like the language. And in the meanwhile, I am getting answers that what are you beading? So Erika is beading earrings. Teresa is beading a pendant. Angelica is almost ready with her first motif. What are you beading, Angelica? What is it going to be? And she says it will be a brooch. Nice. Elinor says, thinking of a bracelet, maybe with some cherry picking motif. I really like it, ladies, when you are combining different motifs into one jewel, actually. It's very imaginative how you put them together. And I think it's a nice way of constructing a bigger jewel. Most of the time we use the same bead shapes for the Friday evening lessons. So then by using the same colors for the same bead shapes, it's easy to then expand the designs. And Sherry is making probably earrings. Tanya is offering to speak or write Dutch to me. Thank you so much. And she's making a hanger, but that means a pendant. Thank you, Tanya. And Cheryl says, I'm hoping it will tell me what it wants to be when it's finished. And that's also a really good way of beading. Sometimes we just don't know where are we going. And Susie says, I'm getting social here. We were in quarantine this week, so I'm totally thirsty for any kind of contact. I can so understand you. Totally. After a year, like seeing other people, it's sci-fi. So, and in step 4, I bead first, well, I finished step 3 by beading through a DELICA that I added in the second step. And I start step 4 by turning to the original direction. And I do that by beading through a DELICA still from step 1. So my thread is at this moment hanging towards the middle of the motif, and this is when I am adding the rhinestone. Actually, I will tell you a little bit of background information that when I was working on the motif, but originally it didn't have a rhinestone in the middle. There was a hole, and it felt like a hole in my heart. So then I returned to the middle when I finished the whole motif, and I just had to add the rhinestone. So my thread is hanging from a MIYUKI DELICA added in step 1. And now I pick up a MIYUKI DELICA, I pick up a rhinestone, and I pick up another DELICA bead. And now I bead through the DELICA, still one that I added in step 1, that is exactly opposite of the one I am exiting. So this combination of DELICA, rhinestone, DELICA, this is exactly the size of the gap in the middle. If you don't have the rhinestone, for example, then you can absolutely use something else. We were discussing possibilities last week, how to substitute rhinestones in different ways. So it is absolutely possible. And after I went through the DELICA on the opposite side, I bead back through the new beads. So I bead back through DELICA, rhinestone, DELICA, and then I bead through the DELICA that I was exiting at the beginning of this step. And then I continue through number 15 seed bead, GEMDUO, number 15 seed bead, and DELICA bead that I added in the first step. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And please let me know if you need any help, if you have any trouble, if you have questions, or also very important, please tell me if it's going well. I love hearing it and I need feedback. And let's see the comments. And Erika says, this is the first time I'm working with TILAs. It seems they are not identical in each side. It seems one side is rounder. Am I right? Absolutely right, Erika. All the 3 beads from the TILA family, the quarter, the half, and the regular TILA beads, they have a bump on one side. With some of the colors, the bump is more obvious, more visible, and with some of the colors, you don't see it that well. And it is completely up to you. If you want to take it into account that there is a bump, you can. I like to turn my TILA beads in a way that the bumps are always facing the top of my motif, but yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. And a funny fact about the TILA families, that instead of growing, they were invented in the opposite way, in opposite order. So the first TILA beads from the family that appeared on the market were the biggest one, the full TILA beads. Then they downsized to half TILAs, and then a couple of years later, the quarter TILAs were born. So those are little brothers or little sisters, and I love all three shapes, and I hope that you will like working with them. And Virginia says, I have been organizing my beading space with Anita from the Seed Beads and More group. Now that it's better, I did do a couple pendants from past motifs as I gave mine away at Christmas. It's very nice to go back sometimes to older ones, Virginia, and it's organizing it. For example, for me, it always makes me feel calmer. So it's not only practical, but I think it's a really nice thing to do from time to time. And I don't see your name, but crashed in the sofa after a stressed out week. Not beading, just watching your broadcast today. Then wishing you a peaceful evening, and I hope that you regain your energy today. And we should absolutely have, we absolutely have to do another Zoom call. So Ula finished it in the meanwhile, and she's trying out different filigrees. Oh, Donna had a bead spill. I hope it's not very mixed up, that you can select the beads easily. It was only a minor accident, I hope. Nancy says it's going well, just not liking the color combination I chose. That happens sometimes, but we always learn from our mistakes. And Joanna says, Susie, I understand. I took a couple days off work to spend with Noah before he left for university, and I was playing catch-up this week. I need bead therapy. For Joanna, I can't even imagine how busy your holidays were, like working. I know that you work in retail, so I hope that during these days off you could relax a bit. And back to beading. Actually, I made a mistake. I started to continue through the beads without adding more. So I am exiting at the moment a DELICA bead that was added in step number 1. And I pick up a DELICA. I bead through the open hole of the rhinestone. The holes of these sewn rhinestones, they form a cross on the backside of the rhinestone. This is how it looks like. So I bead through the open hole. I pick up another MIYUKI DELICA. I bead through the DELICA from step number 1, the last one that is not attached to the rhinestone yet. Then I am beading back through DELICA rhinestone DELICA. And then I bead through the original DELICA I was exiting, the one that I added in step number 1. So now my rhinestone is attached to the middle of the motif with 4 DELICA beads, and it's turquoise. And Corina likes my colors because they are turquoise, right? And thank you, Corina. Okay, Donna's beads are mostly on her mat. Okay, that's good. I hate the sound of this when you hear the beads on the floor. And thank you, Susie, for the link. I think it's correct. And Joanna says, thank you, Erika. Retail is finally slowing down some. I will have a chance to relax before we get ready for Valentine's Day. I'm glad that you can take some days off, or you can take it easier a little bit. And ladies, please tell me. Oh, Diana says that, is it me or are the illustrations fuzzy? Very hard to see. Maybe my eyesight is going. I think the color is too pale to see good, but the text is also blurry. Does anyone have the same problem? If yes, then for next week, of course, I will try to adjust it somehow, that I will try to find a solution that it's not blurry next time. Just please tell me if it's a one-time problem or if everyone is having this problem. Because it can be also because of the monitor, unfortunately. And I'm hiding now step 3, and I'm putting step 5. Okay, step 5 was actually done. So I'm putting 5 and 6. So Belinda says that it's great. For Tanya, they are sharp. So I'm afraid, Diana, that it's maybe with your monitors, but you are right that the colors on the illustration, they are maybe not the best for illustrations. I was following the original, but for broadcasting, you are right. I should choose not so pale colors. Then even with maybe not the best monitor settings, it is clearer. So next week I will try to improve it. And at the end of step number 5, I will also bead through the DELICA bead that I added to the DELICA from step 1. So now I am exiting the DELICA bead added in the second step, and I continue through 2 DELICAs and the first hole of a half TILA bead. Zuzi says, Erika, when you switch too fast between pictures, it is puzzled a bit, and it may be also because of internet connection. Kids are watching a bit of cartoon on Netflix, so same Wi-Fi. So yeah, that can be a problem if your internet is not fast, not on the faster side, then it can cause some problems. And bye, Lutka. Lutka has to go. I wish you speedy recovery. I know that Lutka was not feeling well lately. And wishing you a relaxing weekend, Lutka. Majsa pekne. So, and if back to beading, then I am exiting the first hole of the half TILA bead, and I pick up 4 pieces of MIYUKI DELICA. And then I bead into the other half TILA on the other side of the GEMDUO, and I continue through 2 DELICA beads. So these 4 that I picked up, they are just enough to cover this distance over the point, over this sharp part of the GEMDUO. So after I went through half TILA and 2 DELICAs, I bead through 2 DELICAs and the first hole of the next half TILA, and then again I am adding 4 DELICA beads over the GEMDUO, and this is how I go all around. And ladies, please tell me what kind of colors are you working with? So I saw some very nice color combinations before the broadcast already that you put together for the Codex. I'm really curious, what did you went for at the end? And of course, those of you who didn't post your color combos, what are you working with? And Cheryl says that I have had Facebook go blurry when my connection isn't great or dropping out. It switches to lower resolution automatically sometimes, which doesn't help. I make sure to have the PDF open just in case it happens. Thank you for the idea, Cheryl. I'm pretty happy, I have to say. I'm not always happy with the color combinations that I choose for my second versions, because sometimes I'm putting them together really like last minute and I don't have time to think it over, or sometimes I just make a bad choice. But today I'm pretty happy. After I added the last 4 new DELICA beads, then I bead through first hole of half TILA, 4 DELICA beads, and another half TILA. This is where I finish at the moment. This is how it looks like. So it's starting to get the shape of the finished motif. So Cheryl is working with Pantone colors, but with some gold. I'm really curious, Cheryl. Cheryl is working with green, blue, copper, and gold. That sounds good. Oh, Nancy has bronze and orange. That's something I think Kata will also like it, right? Are you here, Kata? Erika has turquoise, beige, and striking blue. Ula, hello Ula. Mustard and tomato. It doesn't work at all with the filigrees, but looks great on black ultra suede. Actually, putting it on ultra suede, it's also a great idea how to like fix it a little bit if it's needed at the end, if you will judge at the end that you want to like somehow strengthen the motif. I'm really curious of your motif, Ula. What a recipe, mustard and tomato. Mary Ellen, she has orange, topaz, rainbow gold luster, and bronze. Nice. Marianska went out of her comfort zone with greens and pinks. I like how it's turning out. Teresa has a question. Which step should we use the second C11 color? The material list allows for 2 C11 colors, but all the instructions are C11A, no C11B. I can figure it out by looking at the finished product, but I'm lazy. Thanks in advance. I hope I didn't forget to add it to the tutorial. When do you use it? But it's actually when you are putting a little V shape here in between the GEMDUOs directly. So I don't know now that which step exactly, because I don't have the PDF open. Oh, but I have the pictures, of course. Oh my God. So step 7. The second color is coming. Step 7. Then Facebook user, copper, burnt sienna, and dark blue. I like that. I like how it sounds. Kata has copper, mustard, and turquoise. I love the combination of mustard and turquoise. I'm curious. Angelica says, lovelies, I finished. As the filigree with brooch needle was too big, I now have a very nice pendant. Congrats on being the first, I think. Susie has canary yellow and blueberry polychrome GEMDUOs. Tanya has very vibrant blue with bronze. Bye, Angelica. Have a nice weekend and thanks for spending time with us. Anita has green, purple, and silver. Deb has copper, matte chocolate, green, and emerald green, and gold. Frida also has to go now. Thank you for spending time with us and have a nice weekend, Frida. Take care. Kunal, she's beading with bronze, gold, and shiny turquoise. And Kimberly, thanks also for helping out. Okay, and Cheryl says that the PDF says yes. Yeah, under illustrations during the broadcast, I'm just putting C11, but the PDF, if I'm not making a typo, then it contains the information. Lisa says copper and denim blue. That sounds good, Lisa. Diana? Oh, Diana says that the text and the illustrations are very sharp. I didn't change anything. So it's just this sometimes unexplainable things. And Eleanor has white with gold splatter, brown and bronze. That will be very elegant. And now going for step 7 and adding the second color of DELICA beads. So I am starting out from a half TILA bead, and I start this step by beading through the first 2 DELICAs of a group of 4. And I add a number 11 seed bead in the middle of this group between the first 2 and the second 2. And then I bead through, so I pick up the round 11 and I bead through 2 DELICA beads, the half TILA, and 1 more DELICA bead. And here I pick up, if you are using a second color of DELICA, then I actually prepared it but didn't put it on the bead mat. Actually I prepared this one, the 2313, I don't know the name of it, but it's like a pale matte green color, which would be like then a very monochrome color combination. But I just noticed that I have this shiny blue, and I'm thinking of actually making it a little bit more interesting with these blue beads. Okay, Cheryl says that the PDF has in step 7 the C11V, and Teresa says it doesn't. There is only one version at the moment. So Alice just joined us. Hello. So Alice, you can download the PDF from this site. I just posted the link. Oh, okay. It's like I'm sometimes puzzled by mysteries of technical stuff. And Alice, welcome here. I'm glad you joined us, and let me know if you have any more questions. So, after exiting the half TILA plus 1 DELICA, I picked up DELICA from second color, number 15 seed bead, and another DELICA from the second color. And now I bead through DELICA, half TILA, and 2 DELICA beads. So this combination of DELICA, number 15 DELICA, it forms a little V shape here. And Alice says she got it. Wonderful. How do you like this dark blue, by the way? I'm still not sure about it. I will go for it. I'm curious how will it turn up at the end, but I'm curious how do you like it? And I continue in the same way all around, that I pick up a number 11 round seed bead in between the first two and the second two MIYUKI DELICA beads here over the GEMDUO. And then in between the GEMDUOs and the half TILAs, I add the combination of DELICA number 15 and another DELICA bead. And Sherry says, I really like the way mine looks. I'm always so happy to hear that if somebody is happy with what they are doing. You know, like, that is actually my motivation to do this and to like design and teach and everything, that the happiness that and when I see that somebody is proud of what they have accomplished, then that gives that just feels good. You know, like when I used to have a bead shop in Slovakia, and there I was teaching a weekly workshop of beading, and the hardest part of teaching the workshop was to get the participants, the first-time participants, to sign up, because not that they wouldn't like the team or something, but very often they said, like, I don't believe that I can do this. And, you know, the expression on their face and how their eyes were shining at the end of the workshop, it completely changed in a matter of hours what we spent together, and they were really like proud of themselves, and that is such a reward for me as a teacher, for like lifting somebody's spirits and lifting somebody's like how they see themselves, that they can do that. So I love seeing your jewels. It's very egoistic, actually, right? Corinne likes my blue beads. And Tanya too. So I'm glad. It would also be possible to play with the colors of the MIYUKI DELICAs right around the rhinestone, for example. That's also a possibility to spruce it up. If you want a third color of the DELICA beads, for example, or if you want to use the same color as you used here, then around the rhinestone, it's actually a good place, I think. And now I am picking up the last group of DELICA, number 15 and DELICA, and then I bead through DELICA bead, half TILA, 2 DELICA beads. Oh, I managed to do a little bit of mess here. And I even bead through the number 11 seed bead on the corner. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And now I'm hiding step 6, and I'm putting on the screen step 8 together with 7. If you have any questions, then just let me know, please. And here I am going to finally use the 3mm fire polished beads. I chose this hazelnut color. I use it quite a lot lately. It's like blending in, but not blending in completely, and not so sharp as the classic bronze fire polished beads. So I started to use them quite a lot lately. And here, when I am exiting a round 11 seed bead. Then I pick up a DELICA in my first color. I pick up a 3 mm fire polished bead, and finally I bead through the second hole of the nearest 𝐻𝐻𝐒 bead. After the 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐒, I pick up 2 DELICA beads in my first color, and I bead through the number 15 that is part of this little V shape. And now in the opposite order, I pick up 2 DELICA beads. I bead through the second hole of the 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐒, and here I pick up a 3 mm fire polished DELICA bead, and I bead through the round 11. Connie has to go. Thank you for spending time with us, Connie, and have a nice weekend. Take care. And I am now repeating the same all around my motif. So I am adding DELICA plus fire polished between the round 11 and the 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐒 bead, and then I am adding pairs of MIYUKI DELICA beads between the 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐒 and the round 15s. And this is the step where the motif can wrinkle if your thread tension is different maybe than mine, or if actually the color coating of your beads is different than mine. That's one of the reasons why it's a bit tricky to design a motif like this, because there can be difference between the exact size of the beads depending not only on the brand of the beads, the manufacturer. There are also, like, for example, Czech fire polished beads made by dozens of companies. So, but also between beads that are coming from the same factory but have a different color finish. So try to have quite a tight thread tension, and my trick is always to put down the motif and gently tap on it every once in a while. Then I know that actually how much thread needs to slide into the beads. Also, at the end of this motif, you can go around a couple of times if you think that it's necessary. Someone just got a box. Thank you for making a good decision. Thank you. And Elinor says, step 9 made my motif flat. It was a bit wobbly before. I'm glad that it turned out well at the end. How are your motifs, ladies? Are they flat, or do they need a little bit of maybe extra help with some chocolate and sitting on it? Or do you think they need a filigree or ultra sweet, as Ulla suggested? Or are your motifs good on their own? I'm curious to learn. Mine is a bit wobbly at the moment, but I trusted that I can flatten it with the last step, and also if not completely, then a filigree will set it right. So I finished by picking up a 3 mm fire polished bead and a DELICA, and then I bead through the round 11 flat, but I wish I had chocolate. I'm spoiled. I'm eating chocolate that was sent to me by Kata, and it's delicious, and it's a Swedish brand, and it's called Marabou Noblesse, I think, Marabou Noblesse, and it's really yummy. I might have a new addiction. Cheryl says, I only have the chocolate for tomorrow's Estrella, so I have to make sure to keep it flat. Cheryl is joining the Estrella class tomorrow. I'm really looking forward. And since we don't have real life classes, then there is always a bar of chocolate included with the kids in the packages. And then we open them together. And I think that eating together, sharing a meal together, it really makes people feel like spending time together, that we are together. So that's what we are going to do tomorrow. And Kimberly says, for earrings, mine is fine without, but for a pendant, I think it needs a filigree. Mekhtab says, hello Mekhtab, mine is good as itself. Very good, Mekhtab. I really like, by the way, the beautiful necklace that you beaded for the Pantone challenge. It is a very, very nice variation of the original motif. I like how you added the rope. Check out Susie's article and the album. Did you receive your package? I hope yes. And step 9, last step. So here, after going through the round 11 seed bead, I bead through the DELICA that I picked up in the previous step. Then I pick up 2 DELICA beads and I bead in the opposite direction through the 2 DELICA beads that are next to the round 11. Not the round, I'm skipping the round 11. I'm just beading through the DELICA beads. And then, oh wow, this is super, super sharp. I like how it looks like. What do you think, ladies? And super close. And still, do you see it well? How I am holding the motif? Do you see the beads well? Because I like it how it looks on my screen. So it might be a trick if I put on only one illustration and then the video is bigger, but the motif itself is also bigger. Deb says it's much better. Oh my god, today is like a milestone, ladies, in the quality of the videos. And you know, like, I don't have the webcam too close to my beadwork, so that's wonderful, because it's also a challenge, because I wanted to have the webcam closer to the beads, but then I barely had enough space to work. So if this is okay, then ladies, our life has just became better. Or Friday evenings just became better. And you say it's good, so I'm so happy. Tanya says it's very clear. And Susie has to go. Susie, thank you for your time and ideas and the article. Everyone go and check out Susie's article. Oh my god. Oh, I can't continue beading. I am just looking at the screen and I'm being happy with how it looks like. Thanks, Kata. I'm actually, at this moment, I am not 100% happy with my choice for the second color of the DELICA, but I will not tear it apart. So now, It means, by the way, that workshops will also become better thanks to this camera setting. I just couldn't. Wow, this feels like Eureka, like a new discovery. Wow. So back to beading. Malka is here. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you? So I'm beading through the 2 new DELICA beads, and then I pick up a number 15 seed bead, and then I continue all the way on the edge, fire polished bead, half TILA, 2 DELICA beads. I skip the number 15 seed bead. I am heading directly into the other 2 DELICA beads, then half TILA, fire polished, and another DELICA bead. And here I pick up. Oh no, I don't go through the, sorry ladies, I don't go through the DELICA beads here. I am exiting the fire polished, and then I pick up a number 15 round seed bead, 2 DELICA beads, and I bead in the opposite direction through the 2 DELICA beads next to the round seed bead, without beading through the round 11 seed bead. So here at the corners, I am making like little loops actually. So again, back to the 2 new DELICA beads, and then number 15, and I continue all around in the same way. And Kata says, add some yellow DELICA beads. That, oh my god, that would have been a good idea, but I hate frogging. Totally, Tanya. Totally. So I am slowly finishing my motif. It is a bit wobbly, but I hope to straighten it, flatten it by adding all the beads all around and maybe going around one more time. But please, if you have any questions left about the Codex motif, about the PRECIOSA boxes, about whatever that comes to your mind, then please let me know. I am still here and I am very happy to answer your questions. And you know, like, I really like the broadcasts and spending time with you this way because it's like a nice conversation. But there is another nice part of the evening when I see all the work in progress and all the, a little bit later, the finished images of the finished pieces popping up in our storytelling beading club. It's like, it feels like an after party. So I really hope that you will post some images afterwards. And those of you who are new here, we have a beading club here on Facebook for the storytelling beaders who enjoy working from the tutorials I design for you, or who enjoy the material that I have at the storytellingjuveler.com. And it's really a nice community. And yeah, I think Kata was the first who said that it's like a beady sisterhood. So that's it, and I really hope that you will join us in the future. And Anne says, I need to frog mine. just noticed I have missed out 2 delicas in the row before. We'll restart it later. I hope it works out well for the second time. It always works out better if we try it another time. So I'm looking forward to your result. And Donna is asking for the tutorial. Here it is. And I just finished my motif, and it is flat at the end. And still, I can't stop looking at this sharp image. I love it. Oh, bead life became better, ladies. So if you don't have any more questions for today, then I would like to just remind you to check out the PRECIOSA crystal boxes if you haven't done it yet. They are available only for 2 more days, and it's a super nice opportunity to start building up your PRECIOSA crystal stash with some cabochons like this. And thank you so much, ladies, for spending time with me today. It was really nice, as always, and I am looking forward to meeting you next week. I am really looking forward to the workshop with some of you tomorrow. We are going to beat the Estrella. And yeah, take care, ladies. Take care, ladies. Wishing you a very nice creative weekend, and see you exactly in a week. Have a nice rest of the day. Bye-bye.